Okay, this is just an update on what's been going on. It's not super exciting stuff. Nothing. I'm going to show some software, but it's nothing you haven't seen before. I guess the point I'm making is that it's the new code base and it works the same. So this is all merged into the main repo, so you can look at the code if you really want to. In the repo under the in the Python side of things, so I've got this protocol subdirectory which has the rendezvous layer, WebSocket layer, local layer, provider layer, terminus layer, relay layer, and then the sort of the base types of layer and nexus. So I kind of described this in the last video of like there's a common pattern that kind of allows some complex stuff to emerge, but it encapsulates all the various pieces such that bugs are contained. It's actually like a pretty good professional looking layered architecture that I have going on there. And then, yeah, so like the message stuff hasn't really changed. That was all defined early on. So the messages being sent back and forth, it was a bunch of work, but that's largely hasn't changed. And then, yeah, like a lot of the common infrastructure is really, yeah, this protocol layer is the main part. And then also the terminus and the actual implementation of the relay, which is smaller. But I got the terminus split up into 6 different source files here. And I'm not sure if some of this belongs in the common infrastructure yet. I guess some of the problem is that the terminus is the only app so far. Well, I mean the relay, but I kind of want to write, and I'll get into this at the very end, like a different app to kind of see how much of this makes sense as common code. So yeah, I may as well just show it working from scratch. So I'm going to start up C Lightning. This has the terminus listening, so we're listening on telnet. So I can telnet in, and I got it totally blank right now. And then this is in the cloud. This is relay.socket.money. So yeah, this provides all the firewall hole punching for the beacons and all that. So that's running on the new code base up in the cloud. But I can create. So make an account of 1,000 sats. Create another one. So we got 2 accounts. So I'm going to go listen account 1. So this will be the seller. So it generated me a beacon. So I can just do that. So I can connect. So that guy's got the 2,000 sats. And then this one I'll do the other way. So I can generate. So this guy will connect into the cloud. So he's waiting for rendezvous because I haven't connected in. But then I can copy that beacon and then pass it. So I can go connect account 0 like so, and then connect, and then I got the 1,000 sats there. And then yeah, and I showed this in the demo, so these guys can pair. I can adjust the sat value, so that's all going through the cloud. And then here I can generate and connect and copy that and paste it there. So we're all good to go. So I'm going to start the actual loop. So it's then, yeah, actually selling to itself because these are the same accounts. But you can see, yeah, this guy's decrementing each time from one account, and it's getting put into the other account. So that was out of the proper, what I call the proper terminus thing. I have that kind of fully more realized of like each account you configure has its own accounting database inside of it. So it's yeah, properly updated. And then yeah, I've got some fairly verbose printing. I'll have to clean that up. That's no big deal. But yeah. So yeah, the terminus is good. It's all compatible. So I haven't touched the JavaScript yet. It's a lot less effort, but I have to make it all conform to the structure of this, particularly in this layered directory here. Here in the JavaScript, it's all pretty blobby. So it's hard to define, to figure out this all that. So that's most work. I don't expect it to take as long to just make the JavaScript literally replicate every single class and shove its just conform to that structure that I figured out here. But however, yeah, it might get harder than I actually think, at least at this juncture, because I think like a lot of that is then of what's in JavaScript is also coupled to a GUI down here in the terminus. Like you don't have to really worry about providing output to some GUI, like it's the CLI, but it's, you know, that happens on request here. Like when I ls, like, yeah, this, it updates the state, but it's not real time like it is up here where I need to give like good statuses of like what the connection state is. So that's something as I work through the JavaScript, I'll have to fit that into this layered architecture here, such that as these nexuses are bubbling up, it's also going out to the JavaScript front end to say, all right, well, we got to change the state of this and the state of this. So we'll see. Okay, so yeah, that's the next big task. I don't know how long that's going to take. Probably at least a week to fully work through all that. But coming back to like the idea of this terminus and where I want to go with that, and I think this also then ties into, okay, well, let's make sure we're actually making, you know, usable front ends for real people. We talked about the notion of a stable wallet. And then, you know, the companies that have custodial fiat balances, you know, Graph, Zebedee, and many more, OpenNode, and whatever else, you know, so how that would fit into the architecture, you'd have the terminus, but then you'd have a stable wallet provider that just, you know, takes the back end and then has a price feed going into it. And then in the same way that this adjusts the amount of Satoshis available, based on what the exchange rate is instantaneously, it would adjust the number of Satoshis. But also I want to add the extension to the protocol such that, yes, it is telling how many Satoshis, but it's also going to tell what currency it's in, and that it's actually intended to be stable in that currency. And then also like how to represent that currency such that you can have, you know, different world currencies or, you know, whatever arbitrary currency you defined, provided such that then up here when you're actually doing the buyer and seller thing, the user interface here can negotiate and it can show you the prices actually in the currency that's relevant, such that, yeah, so here in the buyer app, we got to be clear to the user. Okay, the user has $10. The thing that they want to do costs 3 cents or whatever that is. So, you know, to make sure that, you know, if they acknowledge, okay, yes, I want to do this, it's it tells them what the effect to their bottom line will be. And then, yeah, that has to propagate back to here such that the accounting of this stable wallet provider gets adjusted. And so then, yeah, we'll have to like also think about fees, like perhaps you know, we want to, you know, this will cost 3 cents US dollars, but then also if we do the long form output, we might break that down of like the seller wanted this, and then there's the network fee, and then your stable wallet provider takes 1%, you know, to actually make that available, to give them a receipt of that purchase, like a long form breakdown. So yeah, that's kind of where my head's at next after I finish this JavaScript piece. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, let me know if you like these updates. I guess it's not too hard for me to do off you know, sort of a 10-minute presentation like this. But yeah, if there's something in particular you want to discuss or whatever, please let me know, and I can share my thoughts at least if this is valuable. Okay, thanks.